It's really hard too, because I get really emotional talking about what Amirah did for me, because it's huge.
I would describe my life before Amirah as just unstable.
When we look at some of the greatest inequities that we have in our country, when we look at the opioid crisis and addiction, gender-based violence, systemic racism, poverty, the commercial sex trade is basically a conglomerate of all these issues. You take a combination of those factors, put it into one person's life, and the likelihood that they're going to end up trafficked for sex in the commercial sex trade is extraordinarily high.
It was pouring raining, and I remember he pulled over. He went to the back of the car, he pulled out a bag, brought it in, and it was a pair of really high boot high heels with like a cat suit and a blonde wig. And he pretty much was just like, so this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna put this on, you're gonna get that money.
Think about the people in your life, your community, that single mom, that 15-year-old who's really trying to figure things out but is super duper struggling. That person with that mental health struggle. Someone you know with an addiction who's been fighting it. And then when you think about them getting to their deepest, darkest place, and someone coming along, promising them a way out, and putting them in a position where they have to trade their bodies over and over and over again. What would you do to get them out?
There are few things more disastrous than a person selling another person. And yet, when looking into that darkness, there is always still hope. And in some measure, I see that in the women themselves as they are living a life that honestly inspires me and provokes me and encourages me. And speaking words of truth from an experience where everything in their life was shattered, and yet they chose to keep living.
That's not an easy process. But leaving them there is not an option.
You know, if you take a coal out of the fire, it dies. But putting it back in the fire ignites it completely. And I think that is the beauty of what Amirah is as a community. Is saying you're not alone, and we can ignite and spark hope in something that feels so dead.
If we're able to be a small part of producing stable housing for someone, they are able then to accomplish other goals like emotional healing or development of goals of vocational steps that they want to pursue, and just reestablishing who they are as a person in this world, because they have that simple stability that's underneath them, and they have a supportive network of people who are not perfect, but who genuinely care and who are available to walk with them.
The stability that Amirah helped me sustain, let me have the ability to go through school, hold down jobs, have a place that I knew was mine. I could open the key, open the door, and I didn't have to do anything with anybody to sleep or stay. I was safe. And I always had like an open door of support, and it was great. It really was, it still is.
To do this and to be a part of this movement is to look into someone's eyes and say, I want to know you, I care about your story, I care about what you're doing, and I want to help you move forward and not feel stuck.
And that's why we exist. That's why I do what I do. That is why our team does what we do. So the people that you know, the people that we all know, when they get there, there's a way out.
I care for the girl I was, and I'm excited about the woman I will be, but I love the woman I am.
Yes! That was it.